Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Rachel. I'm here to take you through a pregnancy yoga class. This is ideal for anyone in the second or third trimester. All you'll need is a mat. If you'd like to start on something seated, I'm sat on a blanket here. If you wish and you have a block at home, you can bring that to your practice, but please do not worry if you have neither. When you're ready, come to a nice comfortable cross-legged position. You can have the legs slightly further out, however you feel comfortable to support your baby. With your hands resting on your knees or in your lap, just start to either lower your gaze or close your eyes. Allow the shoulders to lift up towards the ears. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, draw the shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath in through the nose and a big sigh through the mouth. Just take a moment to tune in to your easy breath in and out through the nose, allowing the space between your eyebrows to soften, your cheeks and your jaw to relax. Allowing this next 30 minutes to be for you and you only. Allowing yourself to unwind, to release any unwanted tension in this timeline of your pregnancy. Take a long deep breath in through the nose. Through pursed lips, exhale the breath through the mouth. Inhaling, take a long breath in. And once again, through pursed lips, take an exhale. Empty. We're just going to continue here. So breathing in at a comfortable pace and exhaling through the lips, known as our dandelion breath or our golden thread. With each exhale, allowing the shoulders to gently slip away from the ears. Just take 3 more. When you've taken the last exhale, just return back to your easy breath, in and out through the nose, or if it feels more comfortable for you to exhale through the mouth here today, please let yourself do so. This is about listening to your body, listening to what you need in this moment. So if anything doesn't feel particularly great for you today, allow yourself to modify and allow yourself to take that rest. Gently bring your hands into the palm, into the heart center. Start to rub the hands together, creating some friction, creating some warmth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently place the hands over your eyes. Allow the chin to dip into the chest. And slowly, as you lift the hands, start to release the hands to your lap as you open the eyes and allow them to adjust to the light. Bring your hands onto your knees if you aren't there already. Slowly, start to circle your upper body over your lower body, so over the legs. So then take a nice rounding of the back, allow the chest to come forward, and try to keep a hold of hands on the knees. You can find some extension through the arms, rounding through the back, just releasing in any way that feels good. Breathing in a way that you want to. Change direction. Just take 2 more circles from here. And bring yourself back into the center. Bring your hands back to prayer. As you inhale, reach your hands above your head. If you can't go all the way, please do not worry. You can leave your arms out to the side in cactus. Gently rotate your chest over to the right. Bring your left hand in front of you and the right hand behind you. Keep your chin level to the floor. And take a breath in. Bring the hands back overhead or to cactus arms. Rotate your chest to the left. Float your right hand forward, the left hand behind you. Taking that gaze over. Float the hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands through to the heart center. Begin to release yourself from your cross-legged position. Move any props out the way. And journey yourself into a tabletop position. Spreading your fingers lovely and wide. Your knees are roughly in line with your hips and your shoulders are roughly in line with the wrists. Gently circle over the wrist. Doesn't matter which direction you want to take. If you feel like taking a long breath in, exhaling through the mouth, let go, allow yourself. Change the direction. Just gently shifting the weight through the knuckle pads, through the fingertips, as you release the wrists. Coming into stillness, as you take a breath in, just start to lift the chest slightly. You'll be lifting the gaze just beyond the mat. Bring yourself into extension, not too far here, very minimal movement. And then very slowly start to round your back. You're going to scoop the belly button into the spine and slowly relax, come into neutral position. So as we inhale this time, you're going to gently bring yourself into a light bit of extension, and as you exhale, round through the back, you can scoop in here, press your palms into the mat, and inhale, gently release, just lifting the chest slightly. We don't want to put too much weight here on the lower back. Exhale. One more round. Exhale to draw in. Slowly release back into neutral position. Keeping your right hand grounded on the floor. Take a breath in as you reach the left arm up. Slowly you're going to take the arm out to the side, drawing the arm underneath the right side of the body, like you're trying to reach for the something there. And then you're going to float the left hand all the way back up. A gentle rotation through the spine as you reach for that something and rise, come all the way up. Last one. And you reach and slowly come down. Gently switch to the other side, ground through the left, reach, inhale up. And exhale, rotate and reach through. Breath in. Exhale. Last one here. Float it through, finding some space, and then gently bring your hand back into neutral position. Gently tuck your toes, start to press your seat back towards your heels. If this is too much for the backs of the feet, keep the toes untucked. You can go for a nice stretch. So back towards the heels, turning your gaze beneath you, keep breathing. So you're just gently applying pressure into the hands, to the floor. Slowly release. Untuck the toes. Gently start to bring your right foot towards the right hand. So we're just going to the outside. Nice wide stance. Very slowly trickle the hands up towards you. Bring your hands onto your hips. You can always pop something under the knee here if you wish. Ground your toes into the floor, draw your shoulders back and down. As you take a breath in, start to lean into the front hip. As you exhale, start to rise up. Gently inhale to lean forward. Exhale to rise. Last one. And come all the way up. Release your hands back to the floor. Carefully scoop your right leg all the way back behind you to the back of the mat. Ensure your wrists are still roughly in line with your shoulders. You don't want them too far away from you, the hands. Float your right leg with your toes flexed, pointing down to the mat, and your heel is pressing back behind you. As you take a breath in, start to lift your toes up and over, tapping the left side of your mat. Gently rise, take a breath in, and exhale, bring the toes to tap to the right. And slowly rise up, over to the left. If you're feeling any cramping in the toes, just give them a wiggle. You can always take them to pointed if that feels better. Up and over, one last time. Coming each side, opening up the hip a little more. Bring the right foot back behind you, gently press back towards the heel, extending through the calf muscle. Slowly release, bring the right knee back. As you start to float the left knee, bring the foot out to the side. Nice wide stance in your lunge. Walk the hands back up to the hips, draw the shoulders back and down as you take a breath in. Lean forward into the hip. And exhale to float back up. Breathing in. And rise. Exhale. Last one. Start to float your hands back to the floor. Draw your left foot behind you again. Adjust your hands, make sure they're underneath the shoulders. Float the left leg. Flexing your toes. Nice squeeze of the glutes in. Gently start to lift the heel up and over, tapping the toes to the right corner. Take a breath in as you come through center. Exhale, over, back to the left. Just doing this a couple more times at your own pace. A little bit of core work's happening here as well. Last one, up and over. Bring it back slowly to the center. Keeping the toes tucked, press the heel back to the floor. Lengthening through the back of that left calf, maybe some hamstring opening here as well. And slowly release. Give the wrists some movement here. Just take a little circling. Now, two options. You can come into downward facing dog if you feel comfortable there. Another option is to tuck the toes once more. Stretch the arms out long and bow the head to the floor. If you feel comfortable lifting up to your downward facing dog, take a nice pedal. Methodically. There's no rush. And then very slowly lower yourself all the way back down. Come onto the knees, untuck the toes. Once more, bring the right foot around. This time, heel toe in slightly further. You still want the hips square, bringing the knee over the ankle joint. And when you rise, float your hands up towards the sky. If that doesn't feel good, you're going to bring your arms into cactus, so from the front position. Elbows are level with the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, just allow yourself once more to lean into the front hip. As you rise, all of us bring the hands into cactus. Gently rotate your chest over the right thigh. Allow those elbows to go with you. Come all the way back and place your hands down to the floor. Now this is where you have the option to grab a hold of the block. Carefully, we want to adjust the knee so that you have enough space to trickle yourself back, toes coming up to the sky and the heel down on the floor. If it's too much with the leg straight, bend the knee into the micro bend. Again, you don't have to have a block if you have any other prop. can help you. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, allow yourself to soften, continue to gaze forward. Allow your jaw to relax. Taking 3 more breaths. Very slowly. Start to trickle yourself back towards the top of the mat into lunge. Adjust yourself. Bring your right knee back and around. As you set the hips back, just allow the elbows to soften and just gently gonna lift up and through the chest. Bring your left foot around, heel toe in. Allow your hips to be square so your fingertips should be either side. Slowly begin to rise. Flip the hands overhead or bring yourself into cactus arms. If your hands are overhead, palms face each other, and gently inhale. Exhale to rise. Bring your arms into cactus. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, rotate. You're going to bring your chest over to the left now. Keep the elbows lifted. And gently come back. Carefully place your hands back to the floor. This is where you have the option to grab something to assist you. Draw the knee back slightly. As the hips come back towards the midline, bring yourself onto the heel, toes up to the sky, and either micro bend the knee, you can have it long. Take a deep breath in as you look forward. We want our hips to be square here. Exhale to lower. Take 3 more breaths. And then slowly, allow yourself to trickle forward. You can move any props out of the way. You can come back however you wish. From here, tucking your toes. Let's make our way to stand. You go however you wish. You can go through your downward facing dog or walk the hands back. And then slowly trickle all the way up through the spine. And when you get to the top, draw your shoulders back and down, coming into your mountain. Take a deep breath here. Big exhale through the mouth. Fantastic. Gently relax the hands. Going to face the top of the mat. Step your right foot forward and have your left toes roughly about 60 degrees, bending into your right knee. Float the hands up for warrior 1, or again, optional to bring your arms out to cactus. If your arms are lifted, start to float the hands back behind you, opening through the chest. If that feels too much on your shoulders, you're suffering here with any nerve tension or just there's just too much going on, take the hands to the shoulders and you can circle back instead. We'll take 1 more. And slowly relax. Start to pivot your toes out to the left side of your mat. Bring your feet parallel, bring the hands to the hips. Go for a nice circle. Change the direction. Enjoy it. As you find stillness, keep your left toes where they are. Rotate your right foot back. This time, keep your leg long. The back of your right hand is going to slowly come into the inside of the knee, and your left hand will come to the right hip. So just going to rest on your lower back. And gently allow yourself to come down into your triangle pose. If it feels comfortable with the gaze low, allow your energy to stay there. If you feel comfortable having it out to the side, breathe. Excellent. Just take 3 more breaths here. And then slowly rise. Do a little bit of core work to pull you all the way back in. Fantastic. When you're ready, we're going to turn to the other side of the mat. Bring your left toes to lead and your right heel back. So my heels are roughly in line, but Here you need to just be careful with your pelvis alignment, so take it wider as much as you need to. Bending your front knee, float the hands up towards the ceiling, or you're going to bring your hands now to the shoulders as you start to circle back. Take a breath in as you reach, and then exhale to release behind you. I think it was 4 we took, so we're going to do one more. Slowly release. Bring your hands to the hips. Rotate yourself back out to the right side. Bring your feet to parallel and take the circling of the hips. And change. Allow yourself to come into stillness. Keep your right toes exactly where they are. Lead your left toes back. Have your left leg long or micro bend the knee if you need to. Back of the hand comes to the inside. The right hand will come to the lower back as you gently draw yourself down into your triangle pose. Maybe the gaze sinks to the floor. You feel comfortable. Out to the side, really drawing that right shoulder back as much as you can. Slowly rise and come all the way up. Fantastic. You can stay as you are. We can turn back to the top of your mat. Bring your feet in together, bring your hands to the heart center. So lift up your left heel. Begin to externally rotate your hip, bringing the inside of the foot to the ankle. Keep a little soft bend in your right knee. And you might choose to stay here if you want to adjust the foot slightly. And find your spot to focus on. Breathe. Be kind to yourself. There's lots more happening, going on in the body. So embrace the wobbling. Fantastic, well done. Keep the right knee soft as you release the left foot to the ground. Transition your weight to the left side. As you lift up the right heel, externally rotate the hip, lock that foot into the ankle or a little bit higher if you wish to go there. Again, breathe and just be mindful. You might be different on this side. Do not worry. Relax that space between the eyebrows. Just 2 more breaths. And then slowly release and come down. Wonderful. Shake it off. Release the tension. Let's make our way back down to the floor. You can choose to sit on your blanket, or if you have a block, or neither, please do not worry. You're going to bring yourself down and take your legs roughly as wide as the mat. I'm just coming this way so I can see you all. And allow yourself to tilt the pelvis forward by bringing your hands behind you and just sort of shifting the weight around. Take your hands above the head, or if that is not comfortable, you're going to take the hands directly out in front of you. Keep your knees soft, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to just start to lean forward. And think about pulling your belly back a little bit, activating the core. Rise up, breath in, and exhale. Inhale. Reach up, wonderful, exhale. One more time. And from here, slowly release your hands down to the mat. You can allow your chin to come into your chest. If you've got the space, you can absolutely reach the hands slightly further forward. But just think about softening as you ease into the lower back. And gently start to come all the way back up to seated. Keeping your left hand in front of you, or you can choose to bring it across your tummy. You're going to reach the right arm up and over as you lean to the left. Relax the right arm across your body. Sweep yourself back into the center. Gently change sides. So bring the arm up and over, or I should have said hand behind the back, my apologies. And just leaning over to the side. Slowly rise. Fantastic. Gently bring your feet back in. Allow yourself to come off of the block for a moment. Bring your hands gently behind you and your feet as wide as the mat. Moving your knees side to side, just windshield wiper. And you can allow the opposite hip to float away from the mat. Bringing in some spinal rotation. Take that deep breath in. Big exhale out. Slowly bring yourself back into center. We're going to make our way now to our final resting pose, your Shavasana. If you are in your second trimester, you are more than welcome to rest on your back if it does feel comfortable for you. But third trimester, definitely allow yourself to come on to your left side. So take your options. If you have any more cushions, you can choose to prop yourself up. So I'm going to come to my side. So take your time to come down. You can choose always to reach that top arm out if you would like to. If you feel more comfortable on the side of the body, you can always use here a block between the legs or a cushion. And when you're ready, come into that final resting position. Allow yourself to close your eyes. Take a deep, full breath in. And a big exhale through the mouth. Take a moment to settle into your mat with your baby. Softening. Softening toes and fingertips. And easing any lasting tension from your jaw as you breathe. We have reached the end of today's practice. Should you need to remain in rest for a little bit longer, please allow yourself to do so. Should you need to move on with your day, please take care. A huge thank you from me for letting me guide you through. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. Namaste.